Hi, everybody. This is the comic book cut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hud. Welcome back to the comic book cut. I hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So, one of the great cartoons that have come out in the last 30, 40 years was the X-Men, the animated series. And what was great about it was not only was it artistically terrific, pleasing to watch. All the characters looked the way they were supposed to look from what they looked like in the comic. But the creators of that show, every story, every episode they took from the comic book, pretty much. And it was a fun show to watch. It was about as uniquely, greatly received by the fans. It was taken all from the comics, all from the source material. It was about as perfect a comic book cartoons you could possibly get. It's probably more accurate in terms of as a comic book than Batman the Animated Series or Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 90s. This was fun. It was on every week, every Saturday morning was on, and it was just great to watch. But now they're coming out with X-Men 97, and things are not happy. People aren't happy in Mudville, and rightfully so. This is from Cosmic Book News. The fans aren't happy with a lot of this stuff, and one of the things is Morph has been turned into some non-binary character when Morph was not a non-binary character. The assumption was that he was always a male character that could shapeshift into all different kinds of people, but that he was male. Here's some Cosmic Book News. Rest in peace, X-Men 97. Woke non-binary characters confirmed. Trailer and release date announced for Disney Plus. And it's Rest in peace, X-Men 97 is learned the animated series will feature woke characters with Morph, who's described as non-binary. That's not all. As it also said, Morph has an interesting relationship with Wolverine. Oh, shit. They've been wanting to push Wolverine as gay for a while. So it's no surprise. He's the most masculine of the X-Men. Got to rip apart that masculinity. Empire Magazine has a feature article on the X-Men 97 series where Morph's characterization is described. The death of shapeshifter Morph in the original animated series, it didn't stick obviously, was shocking for young viewers, and it stuck with DeMeo. He really sets the stakes, he says, and he had a very interesting relationship with the team because of trauma. There's a lighter take on the character who's non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, can also come into play. Yeah, okay. Gay. Oh, man, this... More than likely, it's also safe to say the X-Men will be woke as fuck in Steagall's live-action MCU. Well, we're going to find out very quickly because this is not great. X-Men 97 revisits the iconic era of the 90s as... Now, here's a little bit more detail for you because now that people have had sort of a chance to really analyze the trailer. And this is from Phantom Pulse. The initial article from Cosmic Book News was the initial. This is a little more in-depth of what's the problem here. Headline, X-Men 97's DOA, with fans outraged by non-binary morph and removal of feminine assets. And it's written by the Comic Crow. Now let's get into this article. And it took less than a day for the hype around X-Men 97 to completely die out among Marvel fans. Hearing that the beloved Fox cartoon would continue on was like dangling shiny keys in front of fans. But as with anything made for modern audiences, it was short-lived. As Disney strangled contact with its diversity and inclusion agenda. I would mention Disney's being sued for this DEI. That they're discriminating against people, and they're in big effing trouble, folks. Okay, here's a couple of stills of Rogue, the X-Man. Back in the 90s, she was beautiful, shapely, and now she's flat as a pancake. Flat ass. It's from a couple accounts. 90s versus 2024. They got rid of Rogue's ass in X-Men 97. It's for flat ass inclusion, you bigot. Well, I mean, that's basically what it's about. I mean, this is complete total nonsense, to be honest with you. The sort of desexualization of people. And the purpose is very simple, folks. That have all these non-binary characters running around, and It's all about brainwashing and normalizing something that will absolutely destroy a population. The reason society's always rejected homosexuality is because it destroys a society. If you have homosexual society, that society is not going to last long. It's not going to last long. It's going to fall apart. Is that what's going on now in the country? Yeah. The directors for X-Men 97 decided to massively tone down the femininity of Rogue, who had been a bombshell in the original cartoon. Now she's just... Ugh. Now they've given her an extremely flat rear end, as well as the uniboob, which has become one of the most common woke-drawn female body types meant to make women appear more androgynous. I mean, look at this. I mean, let's see some of the things this person says. The absolute state of Western industry expressed in Rogue X-Men 97 for modern audience. Erasure of feminine features block any attractiveness. The ones who work on these projects are activists. The people that work on are feminists, and most of them are women, and most of them are ugly women, and they hate beautiful women. Most of them have bodies like this. Okay? Inclusion of unnecessary identity politics, no respect for source material. We know the original series did. While it's sad to see Disney Marvel take this route with X-Men 97, that's not the most offensive change made for the new characters. Morph is being completely rewritten to be non-binary despite being a lump of clay as a changeling in the original presentation. Disney's show accounts are already attacking fans for disliking the characters, or the changes. Pop culture commentator Vera Dark commented on the matter, finding the action of both Marvel Animation and the change in the Access account lambasting fans to be appalling. We found out 2 years ago Morph would be non-binary in the X-Men 97 series. It's a pathetic move, but they were honest years ago how shitty it was going to be, and that they didn't give an F about respecting the characters they were handed. Marvel Comics has been pushing this propaganda pieces within their comics as well. First, there was Iceman, which made no sense, because he was with women for 50 years, one of the original X-Men, who had been straight for more than 50 years of comic industry history, before one day being converted to a gay man. Yeah, Jean Grey said he was gay. And he's like, okay. Then Kitty Pryde had a long-standing relationship with Colossus, which changed to be bisexual. The latest to have their sexualities changed wound up being Wolverine and Cyclops. They were made bisexual and placed into a throuple with Jean Grey. Yeah, it was a disaster. While the X-Men have other original characters who are gay or bisexual, those characters have almost been entirely disregarded in the comics and film adaptations. Noah's North Star is nowhere to be found. It seems every couple of years Marvel arbitrarily decides to make one of their more popular characters queer to pander to an audience who's not buying their comics. It's not so much about that. It's about the message. The message is that they reject the family. They want to depopulate the population, and the best way to do it, and the slowest way to do it, is to do it through these fictional characters. That's what it's about. Unfortunately, Morph is just the latest sacrifice, although he seems to make the least sense as the show takes place in the 90s still, and back then, non-binary was not even a thing, as much as modern audiences like to argue otherwise. I never heard of this crap, You still give X-Men 97 a chance. I'm not. And neither should you. Don't even bother watching this garbage. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this. Why even bother at this point? I mean, why even bother? You're better off watching the original series anyway. The stories are better, and everything's better. The animation's better. The writing is better. And that's it. Don't even kill yourself watching this nonsense. And a lot of the YouTubers are going to watch this. Why? Just ignore it. Best thing you do is ignore it. I mean, I'll cover it here, to talk about it in articles, but I'm not going to watch it. And I suggest you not watching it either. But like I say, Marvel doesn't really care. They really don't care about you, the viewer. What they care about is their propaganda, getting the message out that they do not want families anymore. They want to depopulate the world. They want to depopulate this country. Men have to be gay. Women have to be gay. And what's going to happen is you're going to have all these characters that, like they would happen in the real world, will die out. And once they die, they won't have children. And that's really, and of course, the media is trying to sexualize children and normalize stuff that they shouldn't have been getting involved with. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Comic Book Hut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.